What's up, people? We are back with more of 80 days. We are currently at day 24. We are in Omsk right now. We took the Trans-Siberian Railway and we're still currently on it, but I had a sudden change of heart at the previous video, and when I was looking at what the rest of the route would look like if I were to continue on the Trans-Siberian Railway, to be honest, it didn't look that exciting to me. And then when I looked at Kabul, for some reason I just had this sudden change of heart and thought, I want to go to freaking Kabul right now. So yeah, we're still gonna go to Pyongyang, but we're just gonna go through Kabul and then some other places in Asia, I guess, rather than going through Siberia. Alright, so we spent the day here, and day 24 is only just starting. We took a room and settled in, and I starched the collars of our shirts. I ran a few errands for the ran errands for the hotel guy, hotelier. I engaged another guest with conversation. You know, it's quite early. We're just gonna starch the collars, gonna pop them up to ensure everything was ship shape for our inevitable departure. Alright, so we're gonna depart towards Kabul. Apparently it's gonna be minus 18 health. Alright, because we're gonna be going with the mail airship. Rough skies. This looks like a worrisome route. To be honest, there doesn't seem to be a much better. It's either to really go to Kabul, lose 18 health to do so, or to continue along the Trans-Siberian Railway. I don't know, when I just saw like Irkutsk, Karimskaya, Urusiysk, Vladivostok, I was like, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not. Hopefully, no one from Russia is watching, because I certainly don't mean to say that the cities are boring whatsoever. But I just feel like when I went to Moscow, Minsk, Moscow, Ekaterinburg, and now Omsk, I just feel like once you've seen one, you've kind of seen them all. So I'd rather just go through freaking Kabul right now. Sorry, Russians. Still love your vodka though. The mail airship. The airfield just outside Omsk gave us the opportunity to escape Siberia and head south to warmer climes. To be honest, the weather doesn't bother me personally that much. Maybe because I'm not actually really feeling it, but because I think if I were actually in Siberia myself, I'd be like, yeah, I'll be complaining about the weather. But because I'm just sitting in my comfy chair and Passepartout and Monsieur Fogg are the ones traveling and not me, I'll be like, yeah, the weather doesn't bother you, right guys? So yeah, we're just gonna do more options for onward travel in the busy and well-developed north of India. Let's talk with some random people. Greetings, Monsieur Chesney. Your ticket? No, I cannot throw you overboard, but I still wish to see it. Okay, why would he want to throw me overboard? Alright, let's talk about Kabul. I'm sure you know all about Kabul. Kabul is the northernmost city of the British Raj. Is Kabul? I thought Kabul was in Afghanistan, but they said the northern part of India. I mean, it could be where we're headed, and that Kabul is still in Afghanistan, because it talks about from Kabul to Baghdad. Here's something I do know. Baghdad is on the border of the Ottoman Empire and their Persian allies. But now, how many years do you think I have been working on this airship? Judging by his mustache and the wrinkles underneath his eyes, I'd say 7. 7, monsieur. You have the itch now, I think. Ha! You're quite wrong. I have been on the ship for almost 1 year tomorrow. What? That's rigged. Like, it didn't even give us the option for 1 year. It was either 7th year or 3 years, so we were gonna be wrong regardless. Well, what was the point of that? Right, Herat. Is it possible to go from Kabul to Herat? I think you're out of luck there. That's not good. How about Guwahati? Did you know there was neither a bank nor a market in Guwahati? Well, goodbye, sir. We flew almost directly southwards, across mountainous or mountainous wastes pocketed from with the occasional village and settlement. I saw horses running free, I think, or perhaps it was the tops of trees blowing with the winds. We are too high to really tell. I spent the day in conversation, hoping to gather information for our next leg, learning from a cheerful Bangladeshi errand boy that airships from Colombo make short way of the Bay of Bengal. The sun began to set through the windows of the ship. I am rather glad to be leaving the north, Monsieur Fogg remarked. The trains are fast, but hardly well appointed. Yeah, that's another thing. I just felt like the trains, it wasn't necessarily slow, but it takes so damn long for... Every time you arrived in a new city, it was like 2 or 3 days until the next train arrived. Remarkable to hear him express such an opinion. Colombo. I have never heard of this place. Colombo. Isn't this Madagascar or something? I know there's a certain island, or is it one of those loose hanging lands that's part of Africa but not entirely an island. I could be wrong that that's Madagascar, but I'm not entirely sure. The second day was shorter, and we were soon circling above Afghanistan, waiting for permission to drop our anchor and reel ourselves back down to the earth. Oh yeah, we still have to explore Kabul to find an onward journey. We can go to the markets. Let's see what they actually have to... I don't think we have anything that's particularly worth selling much over here. Nope. Field glasses, monkey wrench, elastic wallets, pocket altimeter. Air sickness is psychological, and altimeter can be most reassuring. Hand-woven carpets. Chittagong! What is Chittagong? Signed military papers for the port of Vladivostok. Oh yeah, I remember that. Anything else? The fur coat. I don't think we're gonna need the fur coat anymore. Instead, we're gonna buy this. I have no idea what Chittagong is, but if we ever... I have a feeling it might be somewhere near Vietnam or something. But yeah, if we do get close to it, I sure as hell gonna send that, sell that hand-woven carpet. Or, you know, we just could go Aladdin on this bitch and just fly across as well. We explored the city and marched along the walls up to the mountain ridge and to the shadow of the forest of Bala Hissar, a fine city and a change from the bleak cold of the far north. Alright, let's try and plan ahead. Oh, Delhi. I kind of want to go to Delhi. Lahore? What is this? Quetta, Herat, Tehran, Merv. What was this? Bandar Abbas. Dubai. Oh, Dubai. Although Dubai in is it 1872? I think it is. It's gonna be quite different from what I expect it to be now. I fear I have a broken nose. Somebody was traveling from, what was it? Aden to Bombay. And he suffered a broken nose on the way. Chittagong! Chittagong! I found it. Alright. So we're just gonna have to go through here. Let's negotiate. Thoroughly ungentlemanly behavior. 700 for tomorrow. Tomorrow, 11 AM. Alright. Sounds excelente to me. Pass the night in Kabul. With the last light of the evening, I afforded my master every service to help the kitchen staff clean. I engaged another guest in conversation to learn what I could, hearing from him that you could buy mechanical creatures in Delhi that would sell for a fortune in Manila. Useful information, no doubt. 6 AM it is now. Can we depart to Lahore already? It should arrive today, indeed it does. Wow. Oh, we're taking a carriage. Oh, that's why it takes 12 health off. The rack has space for 2 suitcases, but we have 3. Higher extra space. Yes. Alright, excellent. That was only 27 pounds. We're pretty loaded. I was actually reading not necessarily reading a guide, but it was sort of a review. And I actually read that you could be like broke and that he had to sell his body for stuff. Okay, not literally sell his body to gain money, but you know, he just had a tough time managing his funds. And I just feel like I'm having a pretty easy time with it so far. Every now and then every time you visit the market, basically look for where a valuable piece can be sold at. Like for example, I bought the last Rembrandt sketch for like $100 in Amsterdam, and then sold it for 8,000 pounds in Munich or Munich. I guess that's what it's called in English. But yeah, so I feel like I haven't had any trouble with that. And what the hell is this? That's a rocket on the next place next to Lahore. I don't know, but let's go on the trunk road palanquin. Are these bulls? We hired a mechanical palanquin for the journey and clambered aboard. Passepartout, your care is highly calming. He's getting low on health, so we obviously need to pay attention to our master as well. The Grand Trunk Road, stretching from Afghanistan to Bengal, was an ancient trade route. The Mauryas had once used it to trade with the ancient Greeks, and now it was crowded with vehicles. The British Empire had repaved it and restored it. All hail the British Empire! For their own purposes, mechanical palanquins laden with trade and goods jostled along troop transports with Trevithick steam carriages imported from England. All were brightly painted, each one a paean to garish ill taste, bearing an individual's mark. I had no doubt the traders and drivers, and perhaps even their families, had mixed their own sweat with the paint. That sound makes it sound weird. Like, here, I have a can of paint. It's mixed with my own sweat. The day's journey passed quickly, a blur of color and sound, and it was only as the sun dipped down below the horizon and the palanquins lit their phosphorescent lamps that I realized we had reached the city of Lahore. I am in roaring health, but we must make haste. Oh yeah, he's not doing well. 79. It's late at night, so luckily we can just spend the night here, regain 4 health. Just like that. Bam! Through a series of circumstances too tedious to describe, I found myself lost in Lahore and rescued by a man who bore the name Azad, and who was, to my luck, spoke English like a native. Most here speak Punjabi, he told me, though the British have decreed the official language to be Urdu. I don't know. Is that a pretty good Indian accent? I don't think so. Do you speak Punjabi too? Why isn't Punjabi English? The official language to be Urdu. I've never heard of the Urdu language, but that's kind of weird. Cause are we in India now? I'm not entirely sure, but it would make sense if most of the people there speak Punjabi. I'm lost. I'm surprised to have time to waste on such matters. Why isn't Punjabi official? I wondered. Surely that would be simpler. Not politically, he corrected. If you want to change a person's mind, you must change the language they think in. I thought on what he had said. Better to all speak the same. I would not give up French. I think, especially as a friend, the French in general are just so in love with their own language, I feel, because they're really stubborn when it comes to trying to learn a different language. Like, as a tourist, when you go to France, the French people there don't bother to talk English to a tourist. They'll be like, je ne comprends pas, tu parles français? No, tu no parles français? Then me no talk to you either. Basically, like, if you don't talk French, then you're kind of fucked in that country. For the most part, I mean, I think the younger generation at the moment is learning more English, but I feel like they're really stubborn in that fact that they just sort of refuse to talk English to tourists, even though, I mean, sure, it's their own country, but for example, where I live, the Netherlands, everybody is able to speak English, and whenever there are a lot of culturally diverse people here, so our country, or at least I feel that the people in our country are just very easy to ask anything from when you're a tourist. Basically, if you just need directions or something, you can easily ask a local and they will help you out. But in France, kind of a different story from what I've heard and from the 2 times that I've visited there as well. So sort of speaking from experience here as well, not just talking out of my ass like sometimes. So the French would definitely not give up French, I said firmly. Not all of the official decrees in the world. The Punjabis agree with you, Monsieur Assad shrugged. A language is not only a tool for conversation, but also learning, history, literature. It is culture itself, but then culture changes also, he sighed. I was once an idealist, but no longer. And why not? I wrote a poem, he said to me bleakly, and it ruined my life. What? I did not listen too closely to his long and miserable tone. I want to know. That's got to be one hell of a poem if writing your own poem somehow ruins your entire life. Is that so? He had come from a family of intellectuals in Delhi. His father publicly supported the Emperor Bahadur Shah against British rule during the Indian Mutiny. Monsieur Assad wrote a particularly scathing quatrain in the Delhi Urdu Akbar. The mutiny failed, and the British troops had entered their home, executed Azad's father, and exiled Assad. Okay, that's... dang. So I came to Lahore, and now I work for the British in the post office, he concluded gently. My father would be ashamed. Oh my god. That is so... oh my god. How can he... that's so weird. Like, the British come into his house, execute his father, exile Azad himself, and then he is forced to basically work, which is what he's currently doing, working for the British. So he's working for the people that basically executed his own father. I'd be like, hell no, I'm not gonna work for you guys. Or unless his plan is, you know, to destroy them on the inside, then I'd be like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, Azad. But if that's not his plan, I'd be like, I would definitely would not be able to work for the same people that have executed my dad. I'd be like, no way, go fuck yourself. All right, the post office. Are you ashamed? But you are alive. Wait, are you ashamed? No, I am not. He stood a little straighter. It is not such a bad life. I have found causes to fight for, other than Indian independence. Then your father would be proud. Have you given up on independence? I have, he said, with a smile, grown much more cautious about expressing my opinions. Let us leave it at that. We reached the main road, and I found my bearings. Do not go to Delhi, he begged, seizing my hand. It swallows kind men like you. Okay, where else would I go then? I asked in astonishment. I am a traveler, and Delhi is a well-connected city. You should continue through Benares rather than the capital, he insisted. It's only a day's journey from here by Atmodik. What's an Atmodik? I took my leave from Monsieur Assad and from Lahore, but I had the strangest urge to speak French for days after, much to Monsieur Fogg's chagrin. Alright, so let's explore in Lahore. That kind of rhymes, I think. I struck up a few conversations here and there, hunting for options on how we might proceed. Okay, so not much. I think we already checked. What, cracker biscuits? A pack of crackers, rather dry without cheese, but they keep well. A traveling cloak. Didn't we already have this? Stetson hats. A saffron crocus. Oh, that's gonna sell well in Hong Kong. Give me that. Give me that. Alright, so this is worthy in Brisbane. This is worth a ton in Pyongyang. And this is in Chittagong. I'm going to Chittagong. Alright, so despite what the guy said, I think we're gonna go to Delhi. I mean, Delhi is such a well-connected city, right? In Bangalore, Nova Goa, Colombo. Oh no, it's actually it's an island underneath India. Okay, I was wrong, because this is obviously Africa. No, wait, where the hell am I lost? Around the... Yeah, this is Africa indeed. And then this is Madagascar. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I was a little lost on the map. So this is not Madagascar, but this island is. Alright, so let us go to Delhi. Embark. Hire extra space as usual. Uncomfortable conditions. This will be a wearisome journey, but the partial Englishman's wardrobe should make my master more comfortable. I have a feeling that at a certain road, because the road or the route that we're taking, just the means of travel compared to the Trans-Siberian Railway, which is just by train, it is a lot rougher on our health. So yeah, I might have to take like a 1 or 2 day break in Delhi, I feel. Once again, we boarded a mechanical palanquin. So we gotta really take care of his health, obviously. A fresh shirt, superb. It was only a short distance from Lahore to Delhi, and we had been promised it was a particularly well-maintained stretch of road. I called out to the other vehicles. I played whist with Monsieur Fogg. What's whist? Sure. With a pack of cards he had conjured up from somewhere, the mechanicals bearing our palanquin were so steady, they barely jostled us at all. Alas, I barely managed to win a single round. Little surprise given my master's monomania for the game. We will simply have to practice more, he remarked. An afternoon well spent, though I was not sorry to see the ancient fortified walls of Delhi appear out of the haze of dust ahead of us. Alright, so let's see if that guy was right about Delhi. So the first thing that we do is gotta just spend the night here. As night fell, I attended to Monsieur Fogg. I ran a few errands for the hotelier. I spent a few hours walking around. Attended to Monsieur Fogg, providing him with clipped mustaches with the hopes he would have a restorative night. Bam, 90 health, exactly. I am on fine form, but we must make haste. Alright, so we can explore here a little bit. Find a new route that goes all the way to Madras. In Delhi, I met with the much-lauded Amulya Savakar, inventor of the metal-clad Savakar Atmatic. I don't work for the Raj anymore, he said flatly. Now kindly leave. She put her request in rather more derisively, I don't know, colorful terms. She mistook me for English. I am not English, I am French. Madame, I am French, I emphasized, with some exasperation. Geography, Madame Savakar spat, with heartfelt scorn. Bah! Give me astronomy any day. We were conversing in the gardens of Jantar Mantar, a park containing a grand collection of architectural astronomical instruments, 5-story high sundials, instruments for calculating by the stars, all built by a Mughal emperor some 150 years ago. In truth, I've been following a group of bored Memsahibs. I've been admiring one very large piece. Oh yeah, I had that one piece in mind. With some admiration when I happened across a group of children being guided by none other than British India's most famed inventor. What are you doing here, madame? A strange place to hide. I am not hiding. I am guiding these worthless tourists around the historical monument, for which I receive my salary. You are hindering me in the performance of my duties, in fact. Madame Savakar gestured to the huddle of Mem Sahibs who looked if anything, rather more interested in our exchange than the content of the tour. You're no longer an inventor, you left the service of the Raj, and that was the sum total of my No. Why, I told you, she replied stubbornly. I am a tour guide now. But you are brilliant, I insisted. You have a duty. Look around you. You stand in a city that has seen 100 kings, 1,000. These instruments were built by a once great empire, now destroyed, as the Raj and all its devices will be in time. Madame Savakar took a great rattling breath. One day, tourists will look at my atmatics behind the glass of a museum exhibit, and they won't even give a damn. So you just give up? My master and I are going around the world as fast as we can. I don't think she's interested in that at all. So you just give up? I raised an eyebrow. I am doing something that makes me happy. She tilted her face up. In the end, that is all that matters. You know what? I totally agree with her. Like, even if you have a particular gift for something, I feel like you shouldn't be obligated to do that if it doesn't make you happy. In the end, it's all about you being happy in the end, and that's how I feel as well. So if doing something that she's good at doesn't make her happy, then there's no need for her to do that. My master and I are going around the world as fast as we can, and she'll be like I give a fuck. Is there anything you can do to assist us? She frowned. You are doing what? Why? For science, of course. It is hardly science. I'm sure there are hip flasks that have gone around the world before now. We aim to do it in 80 days, I explained. Ah, she sighed. And so we come to the point. You wish me to lend you the fastest atmatic ever created, do you not? Perhaps, madam, you have one last thing to prove to the world. Let's tease her a bit. Like, maybe there's still some passion inside of her. I hazarded, and she laughed. Listen to me, young upstart. There is one craft that was built, but never put into service. It is small and light. It could take you as far as, Hong Kong in 3 days. Would that interest you? Oh, absolutely. Very well then, she replied slyly. It will be yours for one flight. For say, and even she eyed me for a moment, maybe 10,000 pounds? Okay. Now I'm starting to get how people run out of money. Because the other option that I thought of how you would quickly run out of money is if you were just robbed or something and then bam, suddenly you lost 10,000. But this is sort of robbery, 10,000 pounds. But you actually progress in your goal as well in the end. So you're getting something in return, but you're giving a lot in exchange for it. 10,000 pounds. I mean, I'm pretty sure that a flight ticket for 10,000 pounds, that would be enough to go first class from, I don't know, Los Angeles to freaking Hong Kong. Not this short of a distance on a fast vehicle as well. I gasped. You ask for a king's ransom, madame. She shrugged. So I do. She placed her hands on her hips. I shook my head. We cannot make such a deal. Then I wish you and your master well. And with that, she moved away with her tourists. Delhi, city of cities, left me with many questions and few answers. Boy, that dude wasn't kidding when what he said earlier. Alright, I think we checked around here. Brass woodlouse, magnetic compass. Is there anything? I mean, I was sort of planning to go to Manila as well. I don't need a false passport anymore. We're just gonna buy this. I mean, perhaps we should have taken it. Like, I have a lot of stuff that I can actually sell. This is gonna sell well in Hong Kong. Playing cards. Oh, dang, Delhi is no joke. Let's try and see if we can depart to Agra. Minus 12 health. I mean, we're trying to go towards this route. Pyongyang is over there. So we're pretty much trying to go Benares, Allahabad, Calcutta, Chittagong. So we're basically going Agra, Allahabad, Calcutta, and then Chittagong. Chittagong! Alright, let's go to Agra. Hire more. Again, minus 10 health we're gonna lose. The Trunk Road Palanquin. I think we've gone all the way from Kabul to now Agra, but on a freaking Palanquin. Which just seems to be like bulls with a platform on top of them, and we're just basically balancing on top of that. That's really the image that I get from this picture. We were once more off along the Grand Trunk Road. As we left Delhi, I thought one last time about Savarkar's Atmatic to Hong Kong. Perhaps it had never existed. I could only hope, at least, that we could win our bets some other way. Let's converse, because we have a little knowledge about the routes here in India, so I would like to know more. What is your wish, master? Passepartout, there you are. Let's play some more cards. That would be most entertaining. Let's give it a woolen shirt as well. Oh yeah, look at all the health going up. I will press your shirts. Thank you, Passepartout. That will make me comfortable. Agra. What have you learned about Agra? The Mughal artificers built the walking city hundreds of years ago. Very good. Very good indeed. Agra came into view and tossed aside any remembrance of my journey upon the ancient Grand Trunk Road at first. Grand Road. At first, I only saw 4 massive stone-clad jointed legs. The white marble magnificence of the Taj Mahal. Oh, the Taj Mahal is in Agra? Holy crap. The Taj Mahal is one beautiful sight to see. I've never seen it in person, but I imagine that it'd be really freaking awesome. Isn't it one of the 9 wonders of the world? No, I don't think so. Or maybe it is. Its towers nearly touching the clouds. Oh, I had heard rumors, of course, but the truth of the vast walking city perched high atop its pillar-like mechanical legs left me with only one question. How are we going to climb up? What would it feel like when it walks? No, how are we going to get up? Because apparently it's a walking city. How are we going to climb up the towering edifice to enter Agra before it departed? Does the city actually walk? Like, I understand that it's like put on like on a platform or something, and there are mechanical legs underneath that make it move every, I don't know, but I imagine that it wouldn't make it move too far away. Like, you wouldn't just, like, for example, that would mean that you're changing the location of your entire city every single time. So you're like, we're in the east of India this time. Fuck it, let's go to the south this time. And that would mean that everyone on that entire city would then have to understand that they're going to that place, to the south, and if they're not going, then you would obviously get off. But I actually think that would be such an interesting thing. Not that it would be possible in this day and age, but to just have a walking city. People living there, if you feel like, yeah, I feel like going to the south, or just have like this walking platform that just travels all across Europe, and then that's your way of traveling, rather than, that would obviously mean that you would not travel for speed, of course, like we are doing now. But I feel like that would be such an interesting and weird thing as well. But we're gonna end the video here. We just arrived in Agra, and we're making our way through India pretty well. 4 days have passed, day 28, and we're making a lot of progress. We basically went from London all the way to India now in 28 days. Not too bad. I'm not entirely sure how we're planning to cross from, like, I think Australia or the most northeastern part of Asia all the way to America. I guess we're just gonna have to go by a boat or something, but we'll figure that out later. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!